when you've worked here for a long time, you start to innately understand the dependencies of our very complex knowledge. Like you mentioned that Technosylva is founded on some of the best fire science in the world.
Mhm.
Well, in order to operate in this environment, you actually have to start to understand the GIS models versus the client asset files versus the um, and on, right? And so we have an opportunity when a new person comes in for whatever step we're giving them to think through, like, okay, if I didn't know any of this stuff and I now want them to do this onboarding step, let me actually build an experience for them that's incremental, that teaches them what they need to know. And that's just super valuable,
Yeah.
because without something like this, what's going to happen is it's like, hey, go look at that spreadsheet. It's like, okay, well, I'm looking at the spreadsheet. What matters about this spreadsheet? You know?
And I think it's the questions that we've been answering for employees. And, the best piece of feedback we get on this tool is, if I had asked a question a year ago, a year and a half ago, how long does it take a new hire to get up and be good and contributing to their job? And if I had looked at anybody on the engineering team, they would have been like a year or more, because that's how long it's going to take me to like have enough contact with this employee to teach them everything they could possibly need to know. And so we've solved that problem a couple ways. One, we've sort of helped understand, like, at what point in your journey here do you need to have certain information, and then by spreading it out and documenting it, or pointing to other documentation and making it like incremental, we've been able to bring people up to speed faster. Where now, if I talk to one of my engineering leaders, they would say 3 months, or less in some cases, that I can get this person doing these right tasks, and I can get these persons thinking strategically about what needs to be done, from a year to 3 months, which
That
for the at the clip that we're um, expanding, and the fact that we hired 39 people in engineering and science last year, and they all went through this rather than having to spend hours with Jesus or Umberto,
Yeah.
it's made a big difference.
Yeah. 6 months accelerated productivity across 39 engineers is a material, quantifiable
Mhm.
improvement.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it goes beyond the engineering team too. I think certainly in like setting up delivery and customer success, just like if you drop into really any department, but into customer success or into product, you've got to like eat an elephant pretty quickly in order to understand sort of the context of what we're looking at. And we've been able to build databases in here that talk about how every client uses what tool, and when they had their last update, and so you can go to a page and you can see it all, and it's getting constantly updated because we work in it. And so a new hire can just go and click on that, and they suddenly have a real wealth of information that they might have gotten to, maybe, if they got
Hmm.
invited to the right meeting,
Hmm.
or they ran into somebody in the office. But we're a fully dispersed organization, and we will continue to be that, with a global footprint. And so, like, everybody for a long time in HR talked about, well, how do we recreate the water cooler in the fully remote world? And the answer is you can't. You have to build a new system,
Hmm.
because there's no water cooler out here for us to run into. Like, you have to create a new knowledge base where that stuff happens. And I think Notion has been a great tool for us in being able to do that.